Yo, what is up guys? Nightcore here, and welcome back to another exciting video where today we're going to be talking about the storyline of Fortnite Chapter 5 Season 2. But first we gotta start at the beginning. It all started in Chapter 4 Season 4, where a time-traveling vampire named Kato Forn came to the island. Strange glyphs or whatever warned us of him, and now he's here to collect. And so Sloan, seeing him as a threat, decided to hire a mercenary named Nolan Chance, who would go and stop Kato Forn with a bunch of her ragtag team members. And finally, in Fort Nightmares, he was finally stopped. And they were able to claim something of his time machine. He also had strange relics from different Fortnite seasons, including Oro's skull, a golden drum gun, and the hand of a familiar golden friend. So anyways, Sloan, seeing the time machine, knew that there was something wrong. Apparently the timeline was all messed up, and therefore she sent our old friend, John Jones, to make things right. Apparently, they need to find someone who would set the timeline right, and so Jones went back in time to Chapter 1, only to realize that no matter what, the timeline would be messed up. So Jones ended up setting a bunch of different things in motion, including the Lake POI with the cube, and other stuff like that, which ended up with the Big Bang event, which created a bunch of new timelines and universes, including one for LEGO and another one for the Icon series, featuring a fun little concert by everyone's favorite Slim Shady, Eminem. And then finally, we have Chapter 5, which is basically a new version of Chapter 2, featuring a different map. This leads us to Chapter 5 storyline, starting off with two factions, known as the Underground and the Society. The Society was basically a bunch of people whom were like very rich and something, with the founder and leader being Montague, who's apparently this dude, I don't know, but he founded the Society and stuff. We also have Phoenicia, whom is apparently like this person whom, I don't know. I don't really know too much about these characters, but we do have Oscar, whom is basically this bounty hunter, Peter Griffin for some reason, and Valeria, who has strange familial connections to the Underground, and she also she's also very knowledgeable and likes learning about things from different Fortnite seasons, like with the 0 Point and John Jones. She also has this strange fascination with him because he knows a lot. And then we have the Underground, featuring Hope, whom is basically like I got hair in my mouth. The sister of Valeria, and yeah, there's strange familial stuff with those two. We also have John Jones, whom basically teamed up with the Underground due to reasons we'll talk about later. And we also have a lot of other loopers, including this weird snake guy from Fortnite Crew, whom is apparently secretly funding the Society from the shadows, but is still teamed up with the Underground. So now we got the big question. Why did John Jones team up with the Underground? Well, it's all because of Peely. Seeing that John Jones was on the island and knew a lot of stuff about, different Fortnite seasons, well, they also knew that he wouldn't give it willingly. Apparently, Valeria decided to kidnap Peely and hold him as ransom. And since John Jones and Peely were buds, he decided to team up with Hope in order to stop the Underground and not the Underground, but the Society, and bring back Peely. So Hope and Jones, along with a bunch of other loopers, went around taking out different Society members, and they also split up, which leads to a confrontation against the two sisters, Valeria and Hope. Valeria, during this time, was no longer interested in the society and Jones, since she knew it would be fruitless. And so she decided to go along with her ambitions. She also told Hope where where Peely was, and it seems that the two sisters are now, on good terms. And so they finally get back Peely from Nisha, and everything's good in the world. And apparently, Jones and Hope have gone a lot closer, and now I have a new ship to make fanfics of. And, anyways, things may seem good on the island after the confrontation's over in the Underground 1, but that's not true, with a new character named Odyssey who came to the island, and who looked very similar to the Ageless. Apparently she warns us of dark times to come, however she also is still unsure of what it was, as she is focused on a new mosaic that came to the island, showing a dog with 3 heads. We also finally learn about Valeria's ambition, as she summoned forth Pandora's box onto the island. She wanted to open it, and she thus did, releasing a bunch of souls of the damned to the island. Meanwhile, Zeus and the others of the Greek pantheon are not happy about this, and thus came onto the island, bringing with them Mount Olympus and the underworld. This leads us to Chapter 5, Season 2, where Valeria and the other members of the society challenged the Greek gods, but realized that they were unfortunately not gods themselves, and thus were crushed, with Zeus single-handedly probably taking out every single member. However, the fate of Valeria is unknown. And we also have news of an old friend of ours. Enter Midas, whom was last seen during Chapter 2, Season 7, as one of the beach skins. However, his biggest role was in Chapter 2, Season 2, where he had a whole season for himself. Apparently, he started up this team known as Shadow, and behind the scenes in Chapter 2, Season 1, which was apparently also a group that was connected to I.O. However, apparently one of his agents, Chaos Agent, betrayed him and took control of Shadow, so Midas started a new group known as Ghost, which was basically him teaming up with members of a group known as Ego. Yeah. So it started out with Alter, which was before Chaos Agent took over and renamed it Shadow. I made it very confusing, but basically Alter, bad, Chaos Agent took over it, and now it's Shadow. And then we have Midas, who made a new group known as Ghost. And yeah, now they've gone into a big war. However, behind the scenes, Midas actually wanted to escape the loop, and so he requested his Dark Jewels to make the device, known as the Loop Breaker device, which pushed back the storm, and Midas was able to get off the island, but not really actually, because it actually failed, as I.O. decided to make a new storm made of water, and thus Midas was trapped on the island where he was eaten by a shark, and that's where his storyline ended. It was later seen in Chapter 2, Season 4, during Fortnite Nightmares, when he came back as this ghost. However, this was actually confirmed by, deconfirmed by Don Mustard, who was, who was the former creative executive of Epic, whom said that this was actually just a snapshot. And also, when Miles was eaten by a shark, he was still in the loop. And then there was, of course, Chapter 2, Season 7 with the beach skin, and that's basically it. And then he later had a cameo in Chapter 4, Season 4, except it was just his hand, as it was part of Kettlethorn's collection. And so, yeah, now we're here with the real storyline of Midas. Turns out that after Chapter 2, Season 2, when he was eaten by the shark, he ended up in the underworld, where he was a prisoner of Hades. But now, in Chapter 5, Season 2, he he broke out. How? Well, in the missions that we do for Marigold, who was one of Midas's daughters, it turns out that he escaped by turning two of Hades' guards gold. He also turned his chains gold so that they'd be softer and he could break out of them easily. He then turned his prison cell door gold and escaped from there. And now he's back on the island on his yacht, the Marigold, as it's now made a return. We also have the returns of some of Midas's agents, those being Brutus, Meowscles, Tiantina, and the best girl of Fortnite, Sky. We love you, Sky! And so, yeah, now they're all back on the island, and now they need to distract Hades and the other Olympians so that Midas could escape the loop. They did that with a variety of tactics, from using the wings of Icarus to distract them to blowing up gas stations. Now they're ready to get off the island in the next quests. However, we do have some quests that talk about Midas's storyline prior to Chapter 2, Season 1. Basically, he was cursed by the gods to have the golden touch. He turned food to gold, he turned flowers to gold, and then he turned one of his daughters to gold. The latter, though, with a great sacrifice, he was able to bring her back, but at the cost of her no longer trusting him. And yeah, those were all confirmed by missions in the game. So, this daughter of his, though, it's never been confirmed who this is. However, we can definitely tell that it's probably Jules, as she multiple times before had stated that she no longer wanted to be part of Midas's schemes. So yeah, now we got all of that. And so Midas can now be seen on the yacht where, for a good price, he'll give you his mythic drum gun, now upgraded with a bunch of mods. And honestly, these mods are really good. The only one that I don't really like, though, is the scope. But hey, either one, either mine or Midas's, honestly, they're not too bad. So yeah, this is a good drum gun, 100%. Definitely get it the next time you're in Fortnite. But yeah, we can also see, though, that Midas has this new style, because, we have this new skin, Ascendant Midas, which has two styles. One is basically just him with longer hair and a prosthetic arm, because apparently this is the Midas that Cato Thorn took the hand from, the real Midas. So yeah, Cato Thorn definitely very dedicated to his collection. However, Midas has a new style known as Shade Midas, which looks a lot more Underworld-like. Which is probably due to the fact that he's been in the Underworld for so long that he now has Underworld abilities. Yeah. So anyways, this is the storyline thus far. However, it definitely seems like a lot of Greek gods are not really happy about Zeus, as apparently his goal, as revenge for opening Pandora's box, is to destroy the entirety of humanity. Yeah, this dude's not too happy. And a lot of people are honestly not really too happy about that. Hades, I guess, is on his own about it. He doesn't really care too much. He doesn't really give two shits about it. Then there's Artemis, Aphrodite, and Medusa, who aren't really too happy about it. And want to stop Zeus. And then we have some interesting takes about a lot of characters. Apparently, not every story is true. Midas' story was, of course, not too true, because the original King Midas story is, he apparently wasn't able to turn his daughter back or whatever, and stuff like that. However, for the new Midas story, we have a lot more info about, Fortnite's Midas. Then there's Medusa. Apparently, according to her, her story wasn't too true, as the dude who's slain her in the original story was actually the person whom helped her, and he might be coming to Fortnite. I don't really remember his name too well, though. I think it was Perseus or something? I don't really know. And then we have, we also have mention of another Greek god, even though Perseus I don't think was a god. This character is Hephaestus, and apparently he's the dude who crafted Ares' Warforged AR, and he might be coming to Fortnite as well. And so yeah, that's the story thus far. And yeah, we still don't really know too much about with the Underground of Society and how they're doing in the game. However, in one of Hope's lines, apparently it says that the Underground won and the Society is no more. That doesn't mean Valeria's gone for good. And yeah, that's a very foretelling message if I've ever heard one. And also, we don't really know too much about Aussie yet, or the fate of D'Angelis and Geno. Because Geno, at the end of Chapter 3, Season 2, was at a 0 point slowly recreating himself. And ever since then, we never really heard back from him. We did, however, get the Ageless, which is a snapshot of him from his past, or something like that. And yeah, we still don't really know what's going on with him. He might return, maybe not. Maybe we'll have returns of other characters like The Last Reality, something like that. But I don't know. Anyways, that's it for now, guys. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you did like this video, please make sure to leave a like and subscribe. And as always, peace out, y'all.